2 husbands and several boyfriends. He said, do you think it's right? Does it sound new? I don't think so. I don't even know what the world considers right these days, because like everybody is trying to be popular, trying to create their own rule, trying to be number one in something. Just let nothing surprise you anymore. Anyway, hi, welcome back to our channel. How are you doing today? I am doing alright. Today I am gonna review a video sent to me by a friend about a woman that is married to 2 husbands and have several boyfriends, and his question is, what is your viewpoint about this video? I want you to review it. And it's been a long time. He sent me this video last year actually, but I've been dealing with a lot. Well, let's leave it at that. In this video, we are going to talk about what this type of marriage is called, why did she choose this type of marriage, who is likely to get into this type of marriage, is this type of marriage going to help decline divorce rates that is drastically increasing, and also, are you surprised about this kind of information? As for me, nothing surprises me, and what's my opinion? Don't expect me to judge, because like everybody wears the shoe where it pains them. So in the course of this video, we will find out why she made that decision, and then you will hear my own viewpoint about it. But I am not here to judge anyways, and I will also like to hear your own viewpoint using the comment section, and this is the reason why I'll be playing, stopping it, talking, so you will have the chance to put your own viewpoint down the comment section. Okay, before I crack on, don't forget that I have the timestamp line below this video in case this video seems too long for you to skip watch. All right, let's crack on by playing the video first.
So we promoted you on the program today. We had a lot of flyers out, and the headline of sort was saying, Kenya K. Stevens, a woman with 2 husbands and 1 boyfriend.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that that is correct. That is the correct headline, correct?
That's incorrect. I have 2 husbands and more than 1 boyfriend. I have many partners.
Oh, so it's incorrect. You have more than one boyfriend.
I have 2 husbands, yes, who live in my house. That's been for a very long time, almost 2 years. Both have lived here. But I also have many partners outside the home as well.
Okay, let me come in here, because you see she strengthened him up to say that she had several partners, but she's living in the house with 2. So 2 are the ones she's living with. The real husband she's married to, they are 2, and the other one she said for like more than 2 years now, and then the other ones are partners outside of the marriage. Mind you, that was as at the time I played the video and I watched other of her videos, as at this moment she's been living with the first one for over 26 years and then the second one for up to 10 years now. So meaning that it's working for her, like, obviously. I just like the way she is so bold to own what she is doing. She embodied it, she earned it. So I'm not saying that this is like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to make judgment, but the fact that she actually like embodied it and straight up straightened the guy and said, no, the title is wrong. I am not just having just 1 boyfriend, I have several boyfriends. This is quite funny though. Okay, let's keep going.
Why?
Oh, because I love humans, because I'm a natural woman. I love attention. I love affection. I love touch. I love to connect. I love to do the things that I like to do, and I don't like to force men to do them. So if one man doesn't want to do something, I want to go skiing. My husband doesn't like to go skiing. I have someone to go skiing with. My husband doesn't want to play chess. I have someone to play chess with. All of these relationships don't necessarily have to be sexual, but most are sensual and many are sexual. But yes, I do it because I'm a natural human, and this is how a natural human might behave if it weren't for societal rules and norms that have taught us otherwise.
Okay, so This is very interesting because, like, why did she make this decision? You can hear clearly from her that she has a reason why she made this decision. But again, going back to other of her videos that I watched, I found out that she's just not that natural woman just like that. The reason why she started this was because her husband came home to her one day and told her that he is falling in love with a woman at his workplace. So because she doesn't want them to divorce, they love each other, so she said, okay, which means you need to give me chance to have other boyfriends as well, or to marry someone. So according to her, it is, she manifested this. So it's not like it just comes natural to her, like she said, because I'm a natural woman. No, something led to it. And so many women had been going through this kind of phase, but she now seems to be the only woman that had come up front to tell her husband, okay, we can work this out. If you want to do it, then allow me to do it. And from the discussion, it really took time for her to convince her husband to accept that she too will live her own life if he chose that part. So she kept on working on it to the extent that she also developed a kind of contract that is guiding this kind of relationship so that it will work out for them, you know. And again, it is because of attention. She loves attention because, like I said, everybody wants to be popular, everybody wants to be number one. So she loves the attention. Like, as she is doing it now, look at it, I'm talking about her, right? That's the attention. She is bringing the attention, drawing the attention from to herself. So it's not just about the man that she is bringing in her circle, is about her personality, and this is what drives her, this is what gives her life, this is what makes her live. This is, she calls herself a Leo woman because Leo people like power, they like to be in charge, they like to be seen, they like, you know, for people to praise them, for people to notice them in it. So domineering is in her, and that's why it's working for her also. So most relationships are not supposed to be sexual, but many are sexual. So she has the energy. She said by herself that she has a high energy that one man cannot take. You see, that's another reason. So she feels like it's okay to do it with other men so that she don't have to bore the men inside if they are tired of satisfying her. The fact is that she accepted who she is and what she's doing, and she tried to package it in a way that it will suit her, and she sell it to other people that are willing to buy it. Saying that she's a natural woman, using it to make others to get involved. No, if you have the same trait as her, why not? Okay, let's crack on.
What is the correct terminology for a female? Because I know about monogamy, I know about polygamy, right? What is the correct terminology for a woman having more than one husbands and multiple partners?
A woman who has more than one husband, where the husbands are not allowed to go with other women, that's called polyandry. I'm not polyandrous, I'm polyamorous. So my husbands have other partners, I have other partners, my boyfriends have other partners, nobody owns the other.
Okay, so you can see what she said. So that goes to another point. What is this kind of relationship called? She said it is called polyamorous. Now let's get dictionary definition of polyamorous. Polyamorous is a kind of relationship that is characterized by or involved in the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with consent of all the people involved. Intimacy and trust are essential to successful polyamorous rule. This is the first time, like, the rules are trying to be broken by women having several husbands. There are other things that had been going, like progeny, which had existed some places like around India, somewhere in Nigeria, Kenya, you know, some places like that. But there are few minority number of people that practice this. It's never popular. And what is mostly popular in Africa and most Asia is polygamy, where a man marries several wives and the women are not allowed to have several men. So one man will have several women, and then the polygyny is the one where a woman will have several husbands, and those several husbands are not allowed to be with other women. But this polyamorous is a different one. Let's get the next question that he asked her concerning this.
So what about the possessive factor? I mean, as a child, you know that this is your shoe. Don't wear your brother's shoe, right? So we all learned a sense of possessiveness.
Yes. Did you say we all learned it? Because that is the fact of the matter. We all learned a sense of possessiveness. We were all born with an ego, with an anima, with a higher self, but that ego was trained. If we grew up in any Western civilization, post-colonialism, we learned possessiveness. This was not something that's innate for humans, just to be possessive.
So you in your consciousness, your husbands could have other women.
Yes, happily so.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a point here. I think I slightly disagree with her when she said that we learned possessiveness because of the colonialism or something like that. If I am right. So, in my own opinion, we are all born we are all born with possessiveness, because like as a child, personally, like me, when I was growing up, I don't like sharing. If you give me something and you made me understand that it is mine, I will hold it close to me, and I wouldn't want to share. I wouldn't want to give it to someone else. And so many people are like this. It doesn't really have to be like Western world telling you to share or not to share, right? Even in the Western world, if parents still didn't teach their children how to share, like we see today, some kids don't know how to share, even though it's the same Western world, because they weren't taught. But if you were taught to share, then you share. So in this case, because it's polyamorous, like the definition said, they have developed a sense of sharing. So it has nothing to do about the colonial masters or whatever that had been there. It is just about the human want. They desire to share, and they nurture their brain that, okay, we are now sharing our man. So the jealousy aspect goes off. This is the same thing that happens when a woman decides to go and marry a man that already have several wives. She had already like made up her mind that, okay, my husband has several other wives, I am going there to be one of the wives. So there is no jealousy, because I know we are going to be sharing him, we are going to be sharing the wealth. But even inside that polygamy, there still exists jealousy, because one of the wives or some of the wives still want to have more than the others. This, I will give typical example of a friend when I was growing up. Because her mother came from a polygamous family. Her mother is the last wife. I think there were two wives, and her mother is the last wife. And she believes that because her mother was the last wife, she was well taken care of. So she really kept saying that she wants to be a second wife. And when I asked her, she said because the second wives are being treated so well. Secondly, if she married a young man, they will not be able to spend lavishly on her, because like they will still be doing the young thing. But because like she is young, and like the other one already have older wife, and she's coming in at the second one and younger, she's gonna be most preferred. And this is again possessiveness, because there is a first one there, and you are trying to possess the man using your because you are younger, or because of some other advantages you have over the first one. So it has nothing to do with the colonial masters or whatever it is. It is just the personality of the first thing she said, the human nature. It's just the human nature. After all, before the colonialism period, the people had still been marginalizing each other, taking control over each other. So let's not be putting blame on all the blame on colonialism. Let's just mind the practice we want to practice and not blame anybody for it. Okay, let's keep going.
happily. You
Yeah,
said?
I want my husband to have many women because
Why? Kenya,
that shows
why? Why?
that shows how powerful this person is as a human. They're a healer. They can connect with many women. They're taking care of my sisters. They're taking care of many children. Now the whole community is taken care of instead of just this household, this household. The rest of y'all is divorced. The rest of y'all don't have any father at home. 83% of African American children are living in a single family home. This is not what I want for my sisters. It's not what I want for my children, for their children. So what I'm doing and I feel would be a great thing for many more people to do so we can all be taken care of.
So you are fine with your husband sleeping with other women and then coming back home to you. That is okay. That is fine.
No,
And
I'm not fine with that. I don't want my husband to just sleep with other women and then come back home. I would like for my husband to actually have quality relationships, life partnerships with other women that are full of respect and honor, and then be coming back home and bringing her and let us all commune. That's what I desire.
Okay, so like what she's trying to say here is like the definition, remember, the definition of polyamorous includes the sense of trust and intimacy is essential. So you don't just have to bring any woman and go and sleep with any woman at random like that. The person had to be brought into the circle. They will have to go through the contract, agree in the contract, have a wedding ceremony. She will know, okay, this is the woman you're going with, and the man will say, this is the man you're going with. But it's a bit complicated because, again, she said several partners outside. If the man doesn't mean that, because like I saw a video where her husband married a second wife. So how, I don't know, does she have to keep bringing all the other several boyfriends back home to keep reading the contracts to them and keep making this negotiation? It seems so stressful for me. Like, well, it's her life, but I feel like it's too stressful because you, every time you bring somebody, you have to read the contract. Like, you're not even marrying the person, as the several other partners, you have to bring them and read the contract for them, and then the husband will bring the contract. Like, it's so weird though. But it's working for them, and they are coping with it, and yeah, why not? I can't say anything about it because like she's so hooked into it and she's liking it, and every other person involved are okay with it. For now, it's just a little minority of people are involved in this, but she had written books, like she said, where she had a contract. She had the also the words that how the book that talked about how to use the English language words so that it's like, according to her, is a language, a war language. So she wrote a book on how to turn the war language to be more subtle, something like that. And then the contraband, all these things that will make this kind of relationship to work better. But it's not yet in the constitution though. Let's keep going.
what's the difference with that terminology and polygamous?
Polygamy means that my husband would be allowed to have many women, but I'm not allowed to have other men. So that is a whole different terminology. It's a whole different set of understandings. For him to be able to have so many women and I don't have any other men, I'm just with him. That's polygyny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've actually explained polygamy, polygyny, and all that. So it's just like a recap of what I explained. She just explained it here.
You said something earlier there, right? And it I don't know if it contradicts the understanding of possessiveness. You said my husband. And when you said my, that's possessive.
It's a possessive word. The entire English language is based on, it's a language of war. It's a language of possession. It's a language of the ego. So I wrote an entire book about how to get out of that usage of it. But when I say my husband's girlfriend could also say he's my boyfriend. Or
So
somebody else could say it's my husband.
You don't own him.
I don't own him. So that my doesn't mean only mine.
Right. Okay. So he's everybody's husband.
If he wants to be.
He is everybody's husband if he wants to be. So her concern solely is whomever he is getting in relation with, he has to bring the person into the circle, introduce the person, they will commune and they will have a contract, look at it, have an agreement to be able to trust each other and to be able to enjoy their intimacy, you know. So this is what it is. Do you think this polyamorous kind of marriage is gonna stop the rate of divorce? In my own opinion, like, polygamy didn't stop it, because like a man still marries like 5 wives and he still divorces one. Or are they allowed to marry 5? I don't know, maybe up to 3, I don't know actually, but he can divorce one to marry another, so the divorce still happens there. Then the polygyny one is what I don't know, because there are very minute number of people that practice this, and it's basically for them to be able to preserve their wealth. It's because of poverty they do it, to preserve their wealth. The children will share or something, sharing something like that, the Tibet area of India. But how will polyamorous kind of help to reduce divorce? I would say yes, it can, and I would say no as well. So my answer will be yes and no. Yes, because huge percentage of marriage divorce arises because of sex differences. So many divorce is happening because of sex differences. Though they might not come out to say that they are having issues with sex, they will be fighting on undertone fight, arguing over things they will never mention. But most of the divorce is caused by differences in sex, because some men cannot satisfy their women, some women are not sexual anymore, you know, all these kind of things. And after some time in marriage, the sex drive dies down, you know. After being with somebody for 10 years, 20 years, the same, you get tired, you know. Some people don't know how to spice it up, or it becomes completely hard to spice things up. So this leads to cheating, and men currently enjoy it because they can leave the wife. And especially where I come from, they give the women mandates: you don't have to cheat, you have to be the real wife. Meanwhile, they will keep several girlfriends, mistresses outside enjoying themselves while the woman stays put. So this is the area where I said yes, maybe polyamorous may work, because the women don't get to feel cheated. Because in this case, the women feel cheated. Some women still go around and do their own thing, like play like their husband, and some really don't have that strength to do that. In the aspect where she said that it will help the man, like instead of families living in divorce, it will help in sharing. They will help people, other women, instead of them ending up in divorce and in poverty and lack and in all that. Yes, the man will just be able to, like, they will share whatever it is, and there won't be divorce. Every child will have a father, you know, and all that. So this is the major reason why I said yes. It may help for everybody to be given equal privilege to live their life, but well, like, naturally, because I haven't seen this happen before, even in the Bible. You know, like every nasty thing happening in the world now has happened in the Bible, which is the faith I uphold, which will normally give you a clear sense of reasoning why they choose that. But this is the only marriage practice rising now that I have never seen anywhere in from Genesis to Revelation of the Bible. Incest is there, everything is there, but polyamorous, no way, it's not there. I haven't seen. The Samaritan woman seems like it, but she never married several men at the same time. It is one after another. That's something that is the only closest one, but there is nothing like this in the Bible. And another thing that is springing up that is close to this is swinging. So polyamorous and swinging kind of relationship is the new gem thing that these people are coming out, like, ladies are going wacky, man. Anyways, I don't know. Then the reason why I said no, it may not end divorce, is because not everybody likes to share. Even though men likes to play, but not all men wants you to touch their woman. So like, those people that it is in their childhood that say, oh, don't touch my thing, they grow up with it and they still do, don't touch my thing, even though they will touch your thing, they don't want you to touch theirs. So with this kind of personality, it will really be war for polyamorous, because let's say for example, somebody like me, if we had the contract agreement, and then you now went to bring a woman that, you know, like you feel her vibes more than my vibe, and every time you're going there, it's not gonna work out well there, it's not gonna end up well, man. I'm not gonna take it lightly. So you see, it's gonna be war even with the contract language. So it's not for everybody. Me personally, leave me at the monogamy. So it's a hard job though. So that's why I said in this case, this is a very hot topic. I cannot judge, but what I'm saying is whichever one you feel comfortable to do. Don't be pressurized to become a swinger or a polyamorous or a polygamy or whatever. Check yourself and take a step what pays you better. Don't do it because this woman is promoting it. It's her choice because of her personality. Choose what is good for your personality. And because all these things is, if you say, like for example, if this person doesn't satisfy me, I go to this person, I go to this person. What about self-control? What happens to self-control? We know that we are natural animals. We have the power to do whatever we want to do, to exhibit our traits. But why are we the higher animals than both the other animals? Because the other animals don't have the capability to control themselves. But we as human, what made us the higher being is because we have the capability to add self-control, to control our urges, to control if not, all of us we go crazy, because like there are thousands of things that we can use a natural human, you know, natural human power to just keep doing. We are all gonna be like zombies and goats and sheep, you know what I mean? And this is why there is self-control, so that you don't have to just go with the drive of the natural human, you know. Self-control helps you to tame some things, you know, to be a better person. If not, there are thousands of things that daily you would want to do, just like, you know, like, come on, we train dogs, we bring dogs. If not, you should leave the dog to be the natural dog and bite the hell out of everybody that comes in the compound. But you train the dog to love the kids, love. So why can't you train yourself? Why will you just like go? Anyways, I drop it there. No judgment, but this is who I am. This is what I think. What do you think? Leave your comment at the comment section. And if you have any other video you want to hear my own opinion about it, feel free to just send me the video and I'll be so glad to give my opinion. And in the comment section, we will get every other people's opinion. Like, so also it will expose us to what is happening in different parts of the world, because I know some of you, where you are at, you haven't heard about this polyamorous before, or swinging club before, or whatever, or polygyny as well, because like different things hasn't got to different places. The world is growing, but this video has opened your eyes to that. It's not a surprise. It's been there. It's been there. It's not a surprise. So happy to have you here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share this video. See you next time. Bye.